Game Boy Advance.
急げネット君プラグイン
Game Boy Advance.
急げネット君プラグイントランスミッション未来をデリートするなゲームボーイアドバンスインストールいつでも僕らは繋がっているバトルネットワークロックマン X で
タッコン
Yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Megaman Battle Network is returning. Oh my lord, holy peak fiction, oh my gosh. Okay. If you have been an OG Retro Rebound viewer, I'm talking video number 2. Capcom's Forgotten Pokemon Game. I like that title, by the way. But we talked about Mega Man Battle Network in our second video on this channel because that was my childhood, man. And I thought, you know, with Capcom bringing back all these series, the Legacy Collection, X Series, Zero, certainly my boy Lan Hikari and Mega Man.exe had to get their chance. And they did. They're doing it. All 10 games in the Legacy Collection, baby! Come on now! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special Retro Rebound, where we're sitting down to reflect and remember one of the Game Boy Advance GOATs, called the
Game Boy Advance.
急げネット君プラグイントランスミッション未来をデリートするなゲームボーイアドバンスインストールいつでも僕らは繋がっているバトルネットワークロックマン X で
タッコン
Yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Mega Man Battle Network is returning. Oh my lord, holy peak fiction, oh my gosh. Okay. If you have been an OG Retro Rebound viewer, I'm talking video number 2. Capcom's Forgotten Pokemon Game. I like that title, by the way. But we talked about Mega Man Battle Network in our second video on this channel because that was my childhood, man. And I thought, you know, with Capcom bringing back all these series, the Legacy Collection, X Series, Zero, certainly my boy Lan Hikari and Mega Man.exe had to get their chance. And they did. They're doing it. All 10 games in the Legacy Collection, baby. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special Retro Rebound, where we're sitting down to reflect and remember one of the Game Boy Advance GOATs. Call it the Man Boy now. Mega Man Battle Network. Oh, the memories, the stories. This game series is incredible. It defined my early 2000s. I had a lot to say, so if you're new here, you're into retro and nostalgia content, and a man losing his mind, a grown man losing his mind over an E for Everyone video game series, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing. With that, let's talk about Mega Man Battle Network. Now, I'm going to handle this with the utmost delicacy. I know the collection's coming out. We'll have a physical copy of that. These games are not cheap. This is like my holy grail for my game collection. I have all the Battle Network games complete in box, some in worse condition than others, but Mega Man Battle Network 1 holds a special place in my heart. This is in pristine condition, so pardon me if I handled this like my firstborn. Okay. The back says, in the future, a young net battler named Lan boots his personal exploration terminal, PET, and prepares to hack into the network to battle net crime. Lan's pet is no ordinary network navigator. It's Megaman.exe, the cyber identity, which infiltrates the crime-ridden network to battle destructive computer viruses, defeat viruses in real time, and collect battle chip program data containing valuable weapons data and critical system info. Collect over 175 battle chips to help Lan and Megaman.exe restore peace and order to the network. A futuristic cyber adventure starring Mega Man. Collect valuable battle chips with over 175 to collect, and trade battle chips with your friends using a link cable. With multiplayer games require a Game Boy Advance game link cable, throwback there, a game link cable to work, and then it says gameplay on the Game Boy Advance system only. Okay, delicately pulling this one open. I get nervous. I very rarely open this because I feel tempted to bend the ends back a little bit. And that's where your Game Boy Advance boxes can start to fall apart. So we have the white insert here to keep the box sturdy. Here you have your cartridge. I have played this game, this version, from start to finish. I had to when I got it back in 2020. I held off on finishing Battle Network 2 in my series replay because I thought they gotta be doing a collection. Now that we have to wait to 2023, I'm kind of like hesitant because it's so far. It feels so much further than it really should be for a remastered collection. But this is the cartridge. Beautiful. Love the art there. And then the piece de resistance. You have, of course, the Game Boy manual. But one of the best manuals in Game Boy Advance history. The art, the colors. This is a Matty manual. They talk about Chaos Online. In the heart of this, you have Proto Man, you have Mega Man, all of that. They have a backdrop to the entire game world and what pets are doing, which I will explain myself. They have the basic controls for when you're on the field and when you are in combat, as you're going to see here. Notice how every single page, different colors, illustrations all over the real world, what Lan can do in the real world. Look at the art, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good, it's unfair. I feel bad for every developer that came after this game because this is a goated manual. Every page oozing personality, breaking down all the unique mechanics in the game because there's nothing like Mega Man Battle Network. The emails that you can receive. Yes, you can get emails in this game, in this 2001 video game. The cyber world that you can explore and where you can jack in and jack out. The news about the cyber world. The battle chip setup screen. We got so much to talk about. So much peak fiction to get into here. The battle screen, the results screen like any good RPG has. I'm just treating you all to some good art here. I'm just letting you all take this in like I am. Even the credit screen, man. Even the credit screen. And then the back is just a blank green image. But GOAT stuff right here. Let's talk about Mega Man Battle Network. Where do I even begin? I guess we'll start off with the world space. The world space to me is what really defines Mega Man Battle Network. For those who don't know, as the art and the wonderful write-ups so clearly suggested on the manual in the back of the box, this takes place in a cyber futuristic society. And what that means is that everyone has these things called pets. And these pets have programs on them. Lan, the main character in the game, get it like LAN cable. It's a good one, right? Lan's pet is Megaman. And what happens is, in this age of network, as the internet is expanding, crime on the internet is also expanding. And the main villain group is called the WWW World 3. Come on, that's a great name. We love that. But anyway, they're trying to take advantage of the expansion of the networks and cause their own types of crime. But what was amazing about this game is it's firmly rooted in reality, like a believable future of like, hey, we're in this age of the network. But where it gets crazy is you can take your personal terminal and you can, what they call, jack in to places all over the internet. Now, all these devices are handled by program data. And what that means is that you can jack into your microwave. You can jack into your oven. You can jack into the electrical outlet on the side of a friend's house. And where it becomes all interconnected is as you jack in, there are different spawn points all around this wide open internet space. And I'm not going to try to sell you on my delusions of grandeur here like it's open world, but it's all interconnected. So if you were to jack in someone's house, for example, I hate the term, I don't like how that phrase came out, but hopefully you all know I'm talking about Megaman. But when you were to enter someone's house and jack in through their terminal and appear in a different spot in the internet, it allowed you to get behind certain like cybersecurity walls and effectively find new collectibles, new upgrades. These collectibles came in the form of things like battle chips. So they mentioned on the back of the box and in the manual, over 175 that you can collect. Think of these like cards in Slay the Spire. Think of these like your moves in Pokemon. As you get battle chips, you create what I would call like a card deck within your folder. And what happens is, as you use up all of your chips in battle, it'll then refresh and you'll get another set of chips that you can pick from. And so you want to wisely build your deck for certain locations and certain strategies against certain bosses, because there are like weaknesses there. You know, for example, fire's weak to water. We'll take that as a clear example, right? So you want to keep those elemental strategies in mind, but you also don't want to overdo it on chips that cost you a lot. That'll make you be waiting for your turn for a while, so you have to spend more time evading enemy attacks because it's more action-based. Even though there's turn-based elements, it's more action-based in the terms of its movement, and you don't want to spend too much time trying to defend yourself. You want to always be on the attack. And there's just really cool strategies in this grid here, because what you can do is like use a chip that overtakes a section of their grid. So now you have 4 rows to work with. So you have more room to dodge. You can get closer to them with like your saber and use a saber chip and cut them all down. Again, there's nothing like Mega Man Battle Network. I think the closest example we have in today's day and age is probably One Step from Eden, is the closest we have to like a modern Mega Man Battle Network game. There are Kickstarter games, one I backed personally, Hero.exe, that is clearly a huge fan of like Battle Network 2, and I'm so excited for that again. I backed that thing at like $70, I think. I was all about their vision. I think it's insane that no one took the Battle Network formula and said, how can we take this and make it bigger and better? I think maybe it's because Capcom themselves just kept iterating upon it with 6 games, a total of 10 in the series. And believe it or not, there are some that were left out of this legacy collection. There's no battle chip challenge. There's no network transmission. So there's 2 there that they weren't loved by many anyway, so I don't see it as a big deal. But these were ones that were also a part of the Mega Man Battle Network legacy. You see, it was a whole movement. If I could just transition really quickly off the gameplay, it was a whole movement for Mega Man in the early 2000s. As you'll see in some of the box arts from the early Capcom games, specifically in my copies of Mega Man, they were stamps for their anniversaries. And this is when corporations took anniversaries, I would say, seriously and really celebrated the product. Mega Man being probably the best example I can think of, because during their anniversary, oh my God, we were drowning in Mega Man games. It was, to me, incredible. We were getting the Mega Man Zero games. I was very late to those, but now looking at it collectively, it's amazing. You were getting Battle Network, new X games. The Legacy games were getting their own collections. Then, one of the things that kind of spun off of the Mega Man Battle Network universe, Mega Man NT Warrior. This was the show, man. This was the show. It was pretty much Mega Man Battle Network, the anime. And what happened was from there, it spawned a helping of toys. So, you know that personal terminal, the pet that you can get in Battle Network? Your boy's got one. So there are these personal terminals that you could literally buy, and think of it like Mega Man Tamagotchi, right? Remember the Tamagotchis when many of us were younger, these things that you could like take care of and you'd have to be attentive to. And I remember I had friends like lend me their Tamagotchis. This was a big thing in the early 2000s. So Mega Man, being smart as they are, decided to not only make their own Pokemon style game effectively in Battle Network, but then make their own Tamagotchi with the Mega Man pet. And then they sell the chips with the program data on it. So what you could do was battle your friends through your Mega Man pet. You could take care of Mega Man. I had the Mega Man 1. I had a friend who had the Proto Man 1, and we would like battle it out. And there's this hill near my house where I remember we had a battle. And it was just a lot of fun. We were trading chips, trying out different things. And I still, actually, this is going to sound kind of sappy, but I go on walks and jogs pretty often. And I often pass this hill, and when I got some extra time, I sit there and I think about that moment a lot. And I think that's one of the things that firmly roots me in my nostalgia for this series is the interactions, how much it meant to me, how impactful it's been to me long term. That I'll see that hill and I'll think of that moment of us running around with our pets. And I remember that's how you would level up Mega Man. There was like a little shaker inside, and you would like I would just stand there and just like try to just get him to level up. But yeah, it holds clearly a near and dear place in my heart. But it was a multimedia expansion for Battle Network. And funnily, I remember just a couple days ago, I saw on Amazon, because I was thinking of Battle Network, and I saw they were selling their kind of art book with all the concept in it. It was on sale for $30, so I was like, oh, I'm going to get that right now. In fact, one thing I do have here that's completely separate, but it just shows how great the timing was. I have this here. This is the Mega Man Battle Network 6 Psybeast Gregar and Psybeast Falzar strategy guide. And as you'll see here, remember these? Wowee. I have not looked at a strategy guide in a while. And I know we're just talking about Mega Man Battle Network 1, but when I bought Mega Man Battle Network 6, someone included their strategy guide with it. And I was like, well, why not? And as you can see, like all of the different net battles you can engage in, think of like Pokemon trainers on the road. You could find other net battlers and they'd be their own mini bosses. And everyone was like a program, like Spoutman.exe. And I just love the twist on things. But as you can see, the art speaks to Maddie, right? 16-bit pixel art. Look at all the diverse characters. Just such a cool world to be in. I can't really explain it enough. I really feel. I love Land's whole look with the headband. I wish they sold that separately. I would wear it when my hair gets long like this and it desperately needs to be cut. What a cool looking program this is. Judge Man. I could go on. But yeah, I ended up buying the book for Mega Man. And it's just funny how everything effectively timed out with that. You know, I love sci-fi stuff, as many of you know. Like, I'm a Star Wars geek. I love Fallout. Like, anything that's kind of firmly rooted in reality, but has a technological twist on it. You probably got me as a listener. You got me as a viewer. You got me as a player. I think I just get easily invested in that type of material and that type of content much more often than, say, fantasy. I love fantasy. There's so many fantasy games I'm obsessed with. But for me, like, that kind of sci-fi twist always connects with me well. Now, for the story of Mega Man, as I mentioned earlier, it's good. It's not anything that's going to really, I'd say, blow you away. But as you get deeper, okay, because the first game on its own, introducing World 3 and all that stuff, it's, you know, a pretty general plot of, like, evil villains trying to use this new tool against humanity. And they're going to destroy everything we've built. But as you go further and the stakes get higher, and all I'm going to say is Dark Mega Man EXE, it gets so top tier in my opinion. And again, yeah, clearly biased. Clearly I love this series a lot, but oh man, I think it gets really good. And it wraps up with the 6th game. There was a lot of games here. A lot of people were tired of them. If you go and read the reviews online, you'll see critics really hammering, like, it's another Mega Man Battle Network game that didn't add too much to the series. And then you look at the user reviews and people are like, excellent job, Capcom, you did it again. That's what I'm saying, man. It's why I say this as a critic. You can't always trust the critic reviews because they do not resemble the users, which I think are much more important dictations of how good content can be. Battle Network is phenomenal. And I hope that, if anything, this video gets you curious and wanting to check it out more. This collection's been long overdue as it's been stranded on the Game Boy Advance. I love that they put a focus on the music in this collection. That has me excited because the Battle Network soundtrack has some bangers. And then they got the concept art, which we just kind of paged through a little bit here in the strategy guide. There's a lot to love about this. It's clearly a series that Capcom had a lot of love for. I mean, 6 games is no snuff. Think about today's day and age, and I know game development's gotten more difficult, but even back then, outside of probably the long-running Pokemon games, can you really think of many series that have reached 6 individual stories that continue to iterate upon? And when you get to the 6th game, and you have all the things that they have built up to in this moment, plus the Psybeast upgrades, oh my god, dude, it's like god tier gameplay. Again, nothing quite like it. I expect in the coming years now, people are going to be reminded this exists, that we will see a small flurry of people taking inspiration from it. But that grid-based combat system with those action elements, oh lord, oh lord. So, from the gameplay, to the story, to the music, to the art, to the world space itself, Mega Man Battle Network is fantastic. It just celebrated its 20th anniversary last year. And, I know that their plans for the series got delayed because of COVID, so I imagine this game would have been out by this year if things had gone smoothly. But it is what it is. I'm just happy we're getting the Legacy Collection. Here's hoping Star Force is next. Here's hoping we get X-Command Mission. Of course, Legends. That's a series I haven't played. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say about Mega Man Battle Network. Sound off down below with your hype, your anticipation for this game. I cannot wait to see what you all think. And with that, I will catch all of you in the next Retro Rebound. Peace out.
Bernie Moreno would overturn the will of Ohio voters with a national ban on abortion, with no exceptions for rape or incest.
Absolute pro-life, no exceptions.
Bernie Moreno would erase our rights and our voice. We can't let him.
At Kroger Health, care is having a team of expert and credible providers right where you shop, giving you the support and special attention you deserve.
Tailgate Productions.
Hey, the beat go off?